Welcome back to the range, and for those of you who've been living in a cave all weekend, Tiger Woods has made his return. A little successful, a little unsuccessful, depending on how you want to determine his, his weekend. For me, it was a success. He finished in 4th place at the Masters. So Phil Mickelson, congrats to Phil Mickelson for winning the Masters. Great story for him. What will you guys take away from the Masters?
Being objective and being a sports fan, the Masters event was pretty good, I must admit. I'm not a big golf person, but the Masters was pretty good. Pretty good few shots by Phil. Tiger impressed me for his first tournament back. Lee Westwood really impressed me. I didn't know too much about the guy, and to lead through all the rounds until the very end, I know it had to be heartbreaking for him. But Cabrera, I don't know where you were. Helms, I don't know where you were. Singh didn't make the cut. I don't know, but as far as Tiger and his triumphant return, I think he had a pretty good outing. I think it was. The interviews, a little bit of cussing and all this and all that. I mean, you can't expect the guy to turn over a new leash all at one given time, so just give him time. But as far as his tournament, I think he did pretty good. So I think he's well on track to start whooping some more ass.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a great Masters event. Not only the fact that it's because of the return of Tiger Woods and Phil's triumphant win and everything, but also the other players that were involved, like Lee Westwood, KJ Choi as well. They actually made some more competition. And, I thought that KJ Choi was one of the smoothest guys on the player. He was like ice cold at the rest of the back nine, making putt after putt, just staying with Tiger and Phil, it's making things so interesting as well. And he was just a great overall event. PGA is back.
I mean, that's good for him that he got 4th. I thought he was going to do a lot worse. So, I mean, that's good that he placed, I guess. I like Phil Mickelson, so I'm happy he won. But golf is,
I'm not too much into golf, but mainly KJ Choi. I mean, he pretty much played his game. Tiger Woods, I mean, he did what a lot of people didn't expect. I mean, he was, 15 under for just par 5s, which was a Masters record. So, I mean, you got to give it to him. And he looked like he didn't lose that much of a step. I mean, but at times he did seem like he was just any ordinary golfer. But, I mean, hell, he was off for 5 months. He was on vacation.
Well,
sex rehab.
A lot of y'all people be hating, but when you get to your job, things just go out and just go out your mind. He always said, the course is a sanctuary. That's where he forgets everything. Just like if you were to go to class, you forget things. You forget about the outside world when you go to work. When I'm at the junior high, I don't care about anything else outside of that, because that's my job. You can't let things affect you on your job. And he came back to do one thing, and that was to win a golf tournament. He tried, he failed, but he tried nonetheless. And you got to be proud of him for that. Also, shout out to, Phil Mickelson for winning his 4th major. We know, it's been a struggle for you, especially these past 9 months. I'm very, happy to say that you got your Masters after last year's, almost downfall of your family, and all of a sudden they're all doing better again. So, I mean, I'm very happy for him for kind of sticking with golf and not retiring.
Especially after all the stuff going on in his personal life, to be able to finally get over that hump and win that another green jacket, which gives him 3. If he continues to build upon this, you never know, he might catch Tiger in the green jackets, which will make golf a relevant sport.
Yes,
it would.
I think one thing is you had to realize Tiger has 14 majors, Phil only has 4. So we can't go ahead and be all excited about him winning this one. He still has to win a U.S. Open or a British Open before I can even give him anything else.
All right, moving on from golf, going to the NFL. Santonio Holmes, former Steelers receiver Santonio Holmes, traded to the New York Jets, will be serving a 4-game suspension, mainly for substance abuse policy. Now, y'all probably remember him this, last month, for throwing a glass full of alcohol into a woman's face. And, this happened in Orlando. Don't know which club it was, Hopefully it was Antigua because I've been there and it's great. But as far as Santonio Holmes, he's had a few off-the-field problems, and he does add to the Jets' receiving woes as another potential deep threat, because they do have with Jericho Cotchery, Braylon Edwards for the time being, however the hell they want to use him. But they will not be having his services until the 5th game of the season. So how do you think Goodell handled Santonio Holmes' off-the-field troubles? Do you think 4 games is enough? Anybody?
I mean, I don't really understand why they're giving him a 4-game suspension for. I mean, I think that would be frowned upon, but it's not like he got pulled over and he was drunk or something like that.
Well, actually, like 2006, he had possession of marijuana. So, I mean, but this is not the first time he's been like.
So they're just trying to like stop it before it gets worse or something this time.
Why don't you bring up something from 2006?
I'm just saying.
4 years later.
I mean, I think that's
suspended
plenty
for that.
of punishment. I mean, I'm not saying
Limitations.
the girl deserved it or anything like that, but I mean, it's not like he committed a crime. So.
If that's the case, you should have ducked.
You know, I kind of agree with Rachel on this one. I think that there is not a real reason why he should get 4 games. Maybe a hefty fine would have been suffice for me. But what's the rule? I guess it's a rule. I guess in the NFL, if you do that, it's suspension. I don't know, but the legal policy just kind of blows my mind. But from a Jets perspective, I think this is a great pick, a great fit for them. It's going to be great. Just another weapon for them to have, along with that defense and running game. Now they have possibly a complete passing offense as well. So, go Santonio Holmes.
Well, as far as Santonio Holmes, going to the Jets and getting under Rex Ryan, I think Rex Ryan can straighten him out. And especially the way he came in for his first year and turned that franchise around and gave the Colts a pretty good game.
Yeah.
In that title game. This might get them back to the title game again. Possibly. Sanchez, he'll have another receiver to throw it to with the rest of the receivers he has, and also his tight end. The running game, still a little skeptical about that, letting go of Jones and picking up Tomlinson. But I see them being more of a pass run balance now, rather than just mostly run and attack. So that could help them out as far as the defensive side. You got Cromartie, so it might be pretty much the same type of defense, but just gotta wait till the season comes. But they will win that division again. They will win that division this year. This year they will win that division.
Well, you're talking about the Jets here. Rex Ryan, great coach. You see how he handled a bunch of misfits over there in Baltimore. So, I guess that's okay because he handled Ray Lewis and McAllister and all that kind of stuff. So, I guess I can't really complain about what he does. So, if I'm the Jets, I'm very encouraged by what they did this season. They kept Braylon Edwards, which is something they really wanted to do after this year.
I think they needed to.
They needed to keep Braylon Edwards.
Yeah.
So that now they got they got Santonio Holmes now. They got Cromartie. Then they'll have Rivas on the other side. Let's go ahead and pick about how you're going to try. How can you even attempt to beat this team? Then they got Tomlinson as a backup. That's already great. So look what all that gets you. What was kind of holding them back in that championship game? Another wide receiver.
And a great quarterback.
And a good cornerback to hold down Reggie Wayne.
Peyton Manning prevailed.
But you got that now, and all of a sudden that team's a legitimate threat. Now, you think they made this move with the Colts, but really until they made this with the Patriots.
Yeah. And if you look at it, San Antonio Holmes is not just any ordinary receiver. This guy's a former Super Bowl MVP. This guy has been to 2 Super Bowls and won both of them. So he's a very top of the line notch guy. So whether even though he's only having for 12 games, it's going to be pretty interesting. Those 12 games will be.
And we'll be right back here on The Range.